The best of Money Matters. Right Business.
Welcome to The Right Business, where we dive deep into the stories of trailblazers who dare to disrupt the status quo, find the gap in the market to find the right business. Hello, I'm Hongbin Jeong. Now, what happens when a startup founder, a defense strategist, an FMCG operator, and a social worker walk into a nonprofit? Well, you get Antica, a bold systems-first foundation reimagining how Singapore tackles aging and reintegration. At the heart of it is Dixon Lim, a former startup founder who now runs an Antica with the urgency of a Series A company. Now, in just months, the team has launched Project Guardian using passive tech to prevent dangerous falls in senior homes, and Project Second Wings, a reintegration initiative that places ex-offenders into real jobs serving the community. Their approach: move fast, build sustainably, and stop waiting for permission. As Singapore faces a rapidly aging population and rising social complexity, Antica is asking a bigger question. What if nonprofits were built to scale like startups? Well, to find out more, joining me today is Dixon Lim, Executive Director of Antica. Hi, Dixon. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Hongbin. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great.
Thank you so much for joining us. Well, Dixon, Antica was co-founded by 4 professionals from tech, defense, FMCG, and social work. How did you all come together?
Well, the 4 of us had known each other through both personal and professional circles over the years, and we found common ground in our shared desire to do meaningful work. So when the opportunity arose to lead Antica Foundation, it felt like the right moment to bring our diverse backgrounds together with a common purpose. Well, none of us claimed to have all the answers, but we came in with a deep conviction and commitment to learn and contribute meaningfully to the philanthropic space.
Very interesting. So why do you believe Singapore needs, faster, more operationally rigorous approaches to community care, and how does Antica achieve that?
So at Antica Foundation, we believe that 1 in 4 Singaporeans will be aged 65 or above by 2030, and the pressure on our care systems will only increase. So that's why we feel Singapore could benefit from more responsive and efficient community care systems. And at Antica Foundation, we focus on turning ideas into action quickly. We work with partners such as government agencies, impact organizations, social enterprises, and volunteers to design solutions. So we strongly believe that real impact comes from disciplined execution and strong community partnerships.
Right. Well, it looks like Antica isn't a traditional charity. You often describe Antica as a non-profit that runs like a startup. What does that mean in practice, Dixon? I mean, what does that mean in your day-to-day operations?
Well, we actually mean that we bring the same urgency, agility, and execution-focused mindset you would find in a startup. We're not content with slow cycles, excessive red tapes, or programs that look good on paper but fail to deliver meaningful outcomes. In practice, that means we move fast from idea to pilot. Our management team operates with a very lean structure, and we design clear KPIs.
Okay.
So we prototype, learn, and adapt based on community feedback as fast as possible.
Well, Project Guardian is one of Antica's flagship efforts here. It deploys a smart fault detection sensors in senior homes using non-intrusive passive monitoring tech with a goal of reaching 100 high-risk households by year-end. Can you walk us through how the fault detection system works?
Yeah, sure. So we employ radar-based sensors that use very little power to detect movement and falls in a given space without the need for a camera or wearable. So once a possible fall is detected, the system triggers an alert and sends a notification to designated angels, as we call it, such as an assigned caregiver, family member, or monitoring center like the one Antica Foundation app operates.
So what sets your fall detection system apart from other senior monitoring solutions?
Well, other solutions such as wearables, smartwatch, while effective, would require our beneficiaries to remember to wear them and charge them up. So other vision-based sensors such as AI-assisted cameras or infrared sensors can be intrusive because the viewer would be able to see what the subject is doing. And our sensors, on the other hand, are privacy-preserving and has no need for user interaction.
Okay. So what were some of the early challenges in deploying technology like the fall detection sensors in real homes?
Well, definitely one of the early challenges was the slow uptake by seniors who were concerned about their privacy. So we had to reassure them that sensors are non-intrusive and don't capture any video or audio. They only simply detect motion. Another common concern was energy usage. So we emphasize that these devices are extremely low power and have minimal impact on their utility bills. Finally, no two homes are the same. So we conduct tailored assessments to ensure optimal sensor placement based on the household layout and the residents' daily routines.
Okay. So I would also want to talk about Project Second Wings, which is a reintegration initiative that hires and mentors ex-offenders, placing them into real jobs that serve the community and in elder care. How did you decide to connect reintegration with elder care? I mean, do you believe combining senior care and reintegration work makes sense under one organization?
Well, we see Project Second Wings as part of our multi-impact strategy. While seniors and ex-offenders may seem like very different groups, they actually share something in common. Many remain marginalized and live on the fringes of society. At the same time, Singapore's aging population presents a pressing need for more manpower in elder care, particularly roles that are community-based and trust-driven. So by training and hiring ex-offenders into elder care roles, we are addressing two challenges at the same time. So building a talent pipeline for a sector in need and providing meaningful, dignified work for individuals trying to rebuild their lives. Over here at Antica Foundation, we believe this connection not only makes sense under one organization, but it's also exactly the kind of integrated, forward-looking solution that Singapore needs to build a more inclusive and resilient society.
It's really amazing and inspiring that what you guys do here at Project Second Wings as well. But, reintegration after incarceration is a deeply stigmatized process. How do you work with employers to shift perceptions?
Right. So reintegration is often stigmatized because society tends to box ex-offenders into back-end roles, such as like cooks, drivers, or cleaners, jobs that often keep them out of sight. At Antica Foundation, we intentionally defy that narrative. We place and train ex-offenders on the front lines where they are not just seen, but seen caring, listening to seniors, showing empathy, and building trust. This work plays up their humanity and their ability to contribute meaningfully to someone else's life.
Right.
And it also challenges perceptions head-on by putting them in roles that require patience, compassion, and responsibility. And these are traits that aren't typically associated with ex-offenders, but should be. And through this, we help employers and public alike to see them not by their past, but by their present capacity to uplift others.
What has been the feedback so far? I mean, are there any success stories?
So far, the response to Project Second Wings has been really encouraging. It's been well received by both public and our beneficiaries. At our Senior Activity Centre, the seniors have been incredibly welcoming and aren't even concerned about our care staff's past. So what they see is someone who shows up with kindness, patience, and genuine care, and that's what really matters most to them. And while we are still in the early stages, we are seeing promising signs. Our ex-offenders are gaining confidence, developing new skills, and finding purpose in serving others. So we actually believe this program has strong potential to not only support successful reintegration, but to shift societal mindsets about second chances.
Amazing. Well, your work is anchored at Lucky Haven Senior Activity Centre over in Bedok. You've transformed it into a vibrant hub with free meals, daily activities, and on-site health services. And it looks like attendance has grown more than 10 times since y'all took over. Can you share what that transformation looked like on the ground and what impact it's had on the seniors who attend daily?
Yes, so it's the transformation at Lucky Haven has been incredibly heartening. As we expand our offerings from daily exercises, monthly health talks to intergenerational workshops, we saw attendance grow steadily over the months. And what started as a quiet space now welcomes many seniors from the surrounding neighborhoods every day. And more importantly, we are seeing the deeper impact. Many of these seniors were previously spending their days alone at home with little to no social interaction. Now they have something to look forward to every day, conversations, shared meals, new activities, and also a sense of belonging. It's not just about programming, it's about the community. And knowing that we are helping combat social isolation is what truly drives us here at Antica Foundation.
Well, Dixon, it looks like, scaling nonprofit impact isn't easy, especially in overlooked areas like elder care and reintegration. What are some hard-won lessons you've learned about building for both agility and longevity?
Well, we have learned that agility requires listening closely to the ground, staying responsive, and being willing to iterate quickly. So on the other hand, longevity comes from structure, trust, and values that don't shift with trends. So we had to move quickly on pilots and partnerships, but also invest deeply in good governance, community relationships, and our people. So it's always a constant balance, I would say, to adapt quickly but build slowly where it counts.
Well, Singapore's aging population and reintegration challenges aren't unique. Do you see Antica's model being exportable to other cities in Asia or globally?
Yes. So we believe the core of Antica Foundation's model to connect overlooked communities through purposeful work and care is highly adaptable. So aging populations and reintegration challenges are common across Asia. What makes our model exportable is its flexibility. It's built not just on local systems, but on human needs. So whether it's senior care, ex-offender reintegration, or community-based support, the principles of dignity, inclusion, and practical impact apply widely. So with the right local partnerships and cultural understanding, we see real potential for this model to be replicated in other cities.
All right. Well, before we let you go here, Dixon, what's next for Antica in terms of growth? What other systems are you building to support long-term demographic resilience here in Singapore?
Well, I would say we are just getting started. So our next step is to expand into other neighborhoods facing similar demographic challenges with the goal of eventually scaling Project Guardian to provide nationwide coverage. So we want every senior, regardless of where they live, to feel supported, connected, and safe in their own home. And beyond that, we are also planning to launch an after-school program for youth at risk. It will be a safe, welcoming space where they can study, play, and unwind. And what makes this especially meaningful is the potential for our reintegrated ex-offenders to serve as mentors, sharing their personal stories to inspire and guide the next generation. It's all part of our vision to build long-term demographic resilience by bridging generations and creating systems of care that empower lives and strengthen the community.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Dixon, for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you so much, Hongbin, for having me on your show.
Thank you. That was Dixon Lim, who's the Executive Director of Antica. This has been The Right Business with me, Hongbin Jeong.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.